Every day, people are judged, not for who they are, but for the label stamped on them. Rich or poor, foreigner or citizen, believer or unbeliever, left or right. And the moment you're reduced to a label, you stop being seen as fully human. That's when hate becomes easy, and dignity disappears. The real problem isn't left versus right. It isn't religion versus religion. It isn't nation versus nation. The real problem, the enemy we never talk about, is dehumanization. Dehumanization means stripping people of their dignity until they're seen as less than human. It's why slavery existed. People weren't people, they were property. It's why the genocides happen. The victims are labelled as subhuman or even vermin. It's why refugees today are called swarms or illegals. All language makes cruelty sound justified. It's why employees are mistreated and underpaid. They are seen as numbers and allowed to suffer for the profit of the company. History shows us, once dignity goes, anything becomes possible. Violence, oppression, genocide. That's why dignity has to be the line no one crosses. My views are simple. Freedom of speech for everyone. This includes things you don't agree with or don't want to hear. Censorship doesn't end hate, it buries it, where it festers. Real dignity means protecting everyone's right to speak, not just the people we agree with. Because the moment we say your voice doesn't count, we're dehumanizing. And when people are silent, they don't stop being angry, they just stop being heard, which only leads to more anger and violence. A world where borders are not walls, but bridges. I don't want to erase culture, I want to protect it. Language, tradition, belief, heritage, they should be celebrated. But borders turn culture into walls. Imagine a world where borders are not barriers, but bridges. Where culture is respected, not weaponized. A world where we can all work together, leading to accelerated progress in technology, as well as better living standards for all. A system where your worth is not tied to your wealth. For centuries, we've tied human worth to wealth. If you're rich, you're seen as valuable. If you're poor, you're treated as a burden. But wealth doesn't measure dignity, it only measures circumstance. Some of the hardest working people on earth live in poverty. Some of the laziest sit on fortunes. So why do we still pretend money equals worth? AI and technology now give us a chance to change that. If machines can produce abundance, such as food, energy and knowledge, then survival doesn't need to be tied to your paycheck. It can be a world where your rent, your food, and even your healthcare are not constant worries. Dignity means everyone has a basic secured. Food, shelter, healthcare, not as handouts, but as recognition that being human is enough to deserve them. Wealth can still reward innovation and ambition, but no one's dignity should depend on the size of their wallets. So let's be clear, freedom means nothing if you're dehumanized. Borders mean nothing if they erase culture. Faith means nothing if it's weaponized. Technology means nothing if it strips away dignity. Every system we build, politics, economics, culture, has to start with one principle: dignity beyond all things. So the world doesn't need another ideology, it doesn't need another war, it doesn't need another empire. It needs one shared foundation: dignity. Because when dignity is protected, freedom works, culture thrives, faith unites, technology frees. That's the world we could build. And it starts with refusing to dehumanize each other. Dignity beyond all things.